Is cold water bad for health, or is it just a myth? Let's dive into the subject from an Ayurvedic perspective and see how modern science is backing up some of the ancient insights. Let's start with one basic rule of Ayurveda. Samanya Vishesh Siddhant. Samanya is similar, Vishesh is opposite or different. So the concepts of inputs with similar or opposite qualities for maintaining health. The goal is to restore balance by using inputs with opposite qualities, while inputs with similar qualities will increase or aggravate the health problem. Here, inputs can be food, water, lifestyle, and perception. So now, when we take a look at ice cold water, two things are happening according to Ayurveda. One is introduction of similar qualities, that is cold, the Shita Guna, which causes an increase in Vata dosha. Cold, we know, causes constriction. So the peristalsis of the intestine slows down because there's a constriction in the intestine. Just a recap of the properties of Vata: Shita, Laghu, Ruksha, Sukshma, Chala, Khara. That is cold, light, dry, subtle, moving, rough. So people with predominant Vata will have a higher chance of health problems on taking in too much of ice cold water. You can check the previous video, the link will be given below for detailed explanation. Second, it lowers the digestive strength. How? It's like pouring cold water on a fire, which is Agni here. And when the Agni gets weak or slow, there's a buildup of ama, which is undigested food particles leading to toxins. Over time, this can lead to constipation, bloating, and in the long run, maybe degeneration of tissues like arthritis or joint issues, all signs of Vata imbalance. In Western terminology, you can say the cold water makes the digestive enzymes less efficient, so the food does not get digested optimally. But let's see what Western science has to say, else it may sound all mumbo jumbo. All research articles, the links will be given in the comments. So the first study, and this is true especially for Vata and Kapha predominant people. The first study showed there's a reduction in gastric contraction, so the peristalsis becomes slow. Again, this is equivalent to a Vata imbalance in which the Shita Guna has increased. Second study showed a cognitive decline. They showed the nerve damage. There was nerve damage, plaque formation, and cognitive decline on long-term consumption of cold water. Third, difficulty in swallowing. The study showed that cold water can increase symptoms of achalasia, which is a disorder where there's a trouble moving food into the stomach. Again, a Vata imbalance. Third, heart rate is seen to decrease, which is due to the stimulation of vagus nerve. This is why some people feel lightheaded or dizzy after drinking ice cold water. And in extreme cases, the intake of ice cold water can lead to even fainting due to overstimulation of vagus nerve. Fourth, increase in blood pressure, as there can be a constriction of blood vessels. As we know, cold causes constriction. Sixth, there can be an increase in mucus formation, resulting in more respiratory symptoms. This is a common warning given by grandmothers about avoiding cold water during cold and flu. Seventh point, homeostasis. There can be a disruption in maintaining the body temperature, which is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. When we are drinking too much cold water, the body has to work harder to maintain that temperature. So the interesting fact is that in warm countries like in India, even in summer, people, especially our previous generations, they used to drink room temperature water or even hot tea, even after coming back from a hot, scorching afternoon. Lastly, dismissing Ayurveda's caution against cold water due to small sample size in studies overlooks the bigger picture. In Ayurveda, disease develops from multiple factors over time, and while cold water isn't the sole contributor, but it can lead to these problems. Instead of rejecting these claims outright, more funding should be directed towards research to validate Ayurveda's insights rather than dismiss centuries of clinical wisdom. Though Ayurveda's claims have been tried and tested for many, many years, the progression of some serious health problems can be traced back in Ayurveda to the cause being Vata aggravating diet, especially in problems with nerves, muscles, and bones. So the bottom line is drink room temperature water or warm water. you can enjoy some cold water once in a while.